Hi everyone, this is Riccardo Masini, and today I'm here with two of my friends, Paolo Ciarlo and Carlo Amaddeo, and they are the designers of Dark Ages. Dark Ages is a light war game. I think we can describe it that way, and it is a light war game about medieval battles, about Middle Ages, Dark Ages. Many scenarios, most of them are set during the Hundred Years' Wars and the wars between Scotland and England. In this edition, this is a second edition, we'll have many more expansions in the future. It is a series, it is a reboot of a series. Now, Paolo, can you tell us something about the game?
Yes, the game is, as you can see, is a game where you have units that are made of a counter, this, and a few tubes. So they are not blocks like in Commands and Colors. We'll talk about that
This
later.
is not Commands and Colors,
No.
medieval ancients.
No.
This is not Command and Colors.
No, it's quite different, yes. And we have cards. Cards are used quite in a classic way. And you can use cards, play them either as event cards or as activation cards. So activation cards, it means you activate some units and you move them around.
Mm-hmm.
And event cards, it means that basically you do what the card tells you to do. So basically you can use them to defend yourself, to
Special
attack,
events,
special events, and bonuses when you defend, when you attack. Sometimes you can rally troops automatically and stuff like that.
Okay. Carlo, can you tell us something else about the series as a whole, about the scenarios, the system?
Yeah, well, this game comes with essentially the base game that came a couple of years ago. It features almost the same things we can actually see here. Although we changed from the blocks to the small cubes, yet we keep on using the dedicated maps. So each scenario has its own map.
This is not a modular map. Every scenario, each scenario has its own map.
Yeah, exactly. However, we plan in the future to create some modular maps. In this way, we can actually upload on our website, on Board Game Geek, some scenarios, and you can play it just using the units you already have from the series and the modular board.
You can also do some design your own scenarios with this system. In the future.
Yeah, this kind of games workshop battles with points. So you know that each unit has its own point score, and you can use them to build your own army. Okay.
You can recreate any battle.
Absolutely.
Historical ones, but also
generic.
You can make up whatever.
Even fantasy, historical fantasy ones. Yeah,
talking about a series, we plan to make a game about the Holy Empire, and one about Italy and Spain, so the Reconquista time.
Oh, nice.
Holy Land.
Crusades.
So we'll introduce sieges.
I was thinking about Acres, Hattin, and etc.
Exactly. So at the end of the entire series, you will be able to play almost any kind of Middle Ages battle.
Nice. So now let's get on the table and see exactly how the game works. So here we are on the table, Dark Ages, second edition, Britannia and France. Paolo, can you go ahead?
Yes. Okay. So in each scenario, you know who's the player A and who's the player B. This is important because the player A is the one who always starts any battle. Normally it's the faction or the army that historically was like the attacker.
This is the scenario Battle of
Verneuil,
Verneuil. Okay, all right.
the 100 Years' War. So in this case, in this scenario, the player A would be the French.
Mm-hmm.
So the French is going to start. The game is divided. When you play, basically you play rounds.
Okay.
And when the rounds are finished, the turn is finished, and another turn begins. And each player plays his round until they don't have any more cards to play, or both pass. Okay, and so a new turn begins, and they get the new cards. At the beginning, both players have to get their cards, 3 cards each. Okay.
Okay.
So giving 3 cards to the English player.
Carlo is the English player.
Yes. I'm the French. I'm getting my 3 cards. Now I'm the French. I'm player A in this scenario, so I'm the one who has to start the game. So this is
And
my
typically you are charging in a line of English archers,
exactly.
nicely entrenched.
Exactly. So in this case, I'm playing the first round.
Yeah.
I have to choose a card. I might pass. This is not the case because it's the beginning of the game. But in some cases, it might be convenient for a player to pass. If both players pass, the turn is finished, is over,
Right.
and you have a new turn coming. So in this case, I would play this card, which is Combined Forces.
Okay, let's zoom it a bit just to see the card.
Yes, because I want to explain how
Yeah.
cards work. So cards can be played in,
card, okay?
yeah, cards can be played in 2 different ways.
Here we are.
Either as activation cards. In this case, the important thing is to check out the number on the left side of the card.
So this number 4, yeah?
Number 4, yes, in this case. The number tells you how many activation points you have.
Okay.
What does that mean? It means that you can move up to, in that case, up to 4 units, or activate 1 leader. And if you activate 1 leader, the leader enables you to activate not only the leader, but also all the units that are attached with the leader, and they are adjacent to the leader itself. Now I'll show you how it works, because in this case, I will activate, first thing, a leader. In this case, I will activate Alençon, the leader
All right.
Alençon. And he, being
You have on the table leaders, cavalry, archers,
Yes, you have
many types of different
yes,
troops.
you have many
Okay.
types. Yes, you don't have them all here, but you have several different kinds. You have crossbows, you have archers,
Okay.
you have longbows, you have men-at-arms, you have leaders, swordsmen, spearmen, many different kinds.
Okay, and leaders and commanders who can
and leaders.
activate
Yes.
a
Yes.
group of units.
That's a very important thing. That's one of the key things in the game, is having leaders, because the number of leaders you have is very important, because the more leaders you have, and not all the scenarios have 3 leaders, in this case, for example, you only have 2, the more leaders you have, the more flexible and fast an army is, because you can move many different units all together.
Okay, so Alençon
So Alençon in this
activates.
case activates itself, basically, the feudal knights that are with him, and all the adjacent units. In this
Okay.
case, he has 2, so this one and this one. So with 1 activation point, he activates this one, and this one,
Okay.
plus itself. Okay?
And so they move on.
And so they can move. In this case, I would move Alençon with the feudal knights 2 axes forward.
The cubes represent the strength of the unit.
Strength of the, yes,
Okay.
how many men the unit has.
Okay.
Now, how can you tell the movement factor of a unit? Basically, you have to turn the units.
Okay, here we are.
Now, the unit shows you the movement factor top right. In that case, should be 2, right?
Yes,
Okay.
here.
It's 2 axes, so that unit can move 2 axes per round. Okay.
Great.
It might be 3 if it's like cavalry. Normally infantry is 1, etc.
As usual.
So in this case it's 2 axes, so I moved the unit 2 axes forward. I can move this one as well because it was adjacent to Alençon, the leader. So I'm moving this one 2 axes forward.
Okay.
But in this case, since I have a very useful card in this scenario, which is
Oh, nice.
double time. Double time enables me.
So you can use the cards for the activation points or for the event.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, we are using the event now, and
Yes.
it's double time.
Yes. Double time means that you can choose one of the units you're moving to have it move twice. Its movement factor. In this case, so this unit doesn't move only 2 axes but 4 axes.
Okay.
So I can
A
get
first move
even
and a
closer.
second move.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can get even closer to the English. So now move this unit adjacent to
Nice.
these archers.
Okay.
Now this is not what I'm doing. It's not a tactic. To
Yeah.
win the game. Okay.
It is very French, however. It is very French.
So don't
Not
imitate me.
particularly clever, but very French.
Yeah, don't imitate me because I might be doing some stupid things, and just to show you how the mechanics work. First activation, I'm not moving these ones. I could, but I'm not moving these ones. Second activation, I'm moving these feudal knights.
Yeah.
2 axes.
Okay.
Okay.
On the other side, on the other flank of the battle.
Okay. Third activation. My hands are sticky. Third activation, I activate these other feudal knights.
You had to spend 2 activation points because there was no leader
Exactly.
attached to them.
1 each.
Okay, right.
So 1, the leader. 2, the unit of feudal knights. 3 for the second feudal knight
Yes.
unit. And the fourth and last activation will activate Omal, which is the second
Leader.
French leader. Will activate Omal, and he can move the unit it is attached with, and the ones that are adjacent to the leader. So
Nice.
these 3. So in theory, you can move this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay?
A good part of the French line.
Yeah. Let's move the crossbows. Crossbows move by 1.
It's the early EV equipment.
Okay, it's infantry.
Yeah.
And I'll move this one.
They are dismounted men at arms, if I'm right.
Dismounted, yes.
Okay.
Now, why am I not moving these ones? Because I could move this one and move it here. This one, I can't move it because I have other units in front of me.
Okay.
So I can't go through other units.
Okay, this time. No interpenetration.
Exactly. So I can't do that. I might do this,
Very good.
but I don't want to do it. Okay.
Okay, so this was the French move.
This was the French round, first round.
Okay.
Now it's the second round, and the second round will be played by the other player. Okay.
Yeah,
In this
the
case,
English.
it would be the English player. So Carlo would do the second round.
Yeah.
And so he has to decide which card to play.
Well, I can see that the Frenchmen here are trying to make a pincer move, 1, 2, 1 on the flank, on my right flank, and 1 on the left flank. So I'm a little bit very good entrenched and in a very good position.
Yeah, in this scenario, basically at the beginning, the English they just have to wait for the
Hold and
French
fire.
to get closer, and then shoot as much as they can with the archers, with the longbows.
Yeah, however, to have a chance to fire with my longbows, I have anyway to use a card. This one, it's the last stand for the 3 points value.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, this is very important because basically to play a round, you always must play a card as an activation card. Okay? If you don't play a card as an activation card, it means basically you're passing.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just you're passive to any opponent's move or any kind of combats and whatever. So
You're just passing.
And now you have to respond to the French attack, to the French maneuver.
So first of all, I move this heavy infantry here onto the left to withstand the left attack, and I got this very useful card here. There's 9 arrows.
Okay, and you're using it for the event.
Yes, for the event for
the
sure.
combat phase.
And I can use it for every single unit armed with standoff weapons.
Yeah, with ranged weapons.
Ranged weapons, exactly.
Yeah, in this case, you're just moving one unit. You could move more than one, but you don't want to move them because
Yeah.
you don't need to move them, basically. And so when the movement is finished, the combat phase comes. And in that case,
Well, actually, you could, you had a chance to combat against me, to fight against me. However, since we have a palisade here, you cannot attack me through the palisade. So you, even if we are adjacent,
He's
here,
going around the palisade.
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
However, I can instead launch with my my longbows
Okay.
in the
Right.
combat phase.
in the combat phases. Yes, since it is at the end of my round, so
Mhm.
this is combat phase. I cannot use these ones because they're adjacent. So
So they are forced to do a melee.
Yeah, exactly. But you
close
can
combat.
use this one, for example,
Yeah.
just to fight against this one, and probably no one else because they're out of range.
Because the archers and stand-off weapons in general, they have a range.
Yeah.
In the case of longbows have a very long range. They
Okay.
shoot at 3 axes.
Okay. In
Up to
direct
3 inches.
fire mode, as I see. So they
Yeah.
When
they
you see the-
shoot
when you
above
see-
the heads.
Exactly. When you see the arrow arching, that's the
Yes,
the,
it's
the
an indirect
range.
fire.
So they can shoot at 3 axes, up to 3 axes. So they might, for example, shoot this one.
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. This one they can't anyway because they have an
They are
enemy adjacent.
adjacent.
So see, basically, the archers, whenever they have an enemy adjacent, they can't shoot.
They must do close
They
combat.
can't shoot, yes.
Yeah. They are engaged in combat.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
So I start with this unit here. It's
Mm-hmm.
5 cubes. This means that I will roll 5 dice plus the 2 extra dice I get from.
Or ignite arrows.
Yeah, exactly. 2 more, please.
All right.
Shoot and assault.
Okay. Now let's explain how it works, how combat works. Because basically with archers, the mechanic is the same as with normal infantry and cavalry. So basically you have, if you're shooting with archers, you have to roll a number which is equal to the one you have here at the bottom.
Okay.
So we see the target,
All right. Let's see here.
which is 4, right?
4
Equal or
or greater.
Greater,
yes, or greater than 4, and you score a hit. Okay.
Okay.
So in this case, you
3 hits.
Yes,
4,
roll.
a 6, another 4.
exactly 3 hits. He also rolled what 3, 2, 2.
So there are misses.
Yeah, these are misses.
Right.
Okay. Okay, 3, 2, 2, 2. Okay,
Let's.
no hits. So
So
3
this
hits.
unit is shooting
This
at
one.
this one. Okay.
This one, yeah. So 3 hits. How does it work? Basically, each cube
Okay.
equals 2 hits.
Okay.
They can suffer
2 hits.
2 hits. Okay. I mean, 1 hit and the second hit, the
Mhm.
cube goes
Okay.
away. Okay. So in this case, it's 3 hits, so it's 1 cube gone. And
Okay.
this one, since it's not 2 hits but 1, is substituted with a grey one.
All right. So
Okay.
the unit degrades in morale, cohesion,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not in actual losses.
Also an actual.
Also
losses.
an
Also in actual losses. All right.
Okay.
This is more or less a one step.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, instead of having the counter,
Yeah.
flipping it over, you have. So in this case, basically, this unit, before being destroyed completely, can suffer up to 2, 2, 1, 5 hits.
5 hits.
Okay.
But this is not counted as,
This one-
another dice.
Exactly.
Okay.
No, this doesn't count.
This doesn't
If
count.
this unit is involved in any kind of combat,
It is
roll
just
two-
it is
two-
just another
two
loss.
dice. Just 2 dice.
Another loss. All
Okay.
right.
Okay, then we have another shooting here.
Now let's zoom on the other part of the battle.
Okay.
Here.
He could shoot this one or this one. You can choose.
I'll try this one.
Okay.
And 3 dice. So it will be 5 dice to the cubes,
Mhm.
and always need 2 more for the ignite arrows.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Please,
You-
3 more dice.
Show more dice. Let's roll. Let's see.
Nothing.
Not
That's
a
very
very good roll, I'd say.
Yeah,
Just one hit.
One,
just
well,
hit.
well,
okay,
one.
So I'll substitute a whole
With another
with
grey
a
cube.
grey cube, which would be like
Yeah.
half a cube, a blue cube.
All right,
Okay.
here we are.
Right.
So we
That's
don't
it,
have
I
any.
think.
Yes, that's it. We don't have.
That's
any
it. In the combat phase, apart from shooting with your archers, as he was telling you, you might. I mean, you could be forced to fight if you're adjacent to an enemy unit for free. You don't need to be activated.
Okay, close combat is free.
Close combat is free because
Is automatic.
you're in a melee. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, you're engaged and you're
engaged.
fighting.
You're engaged. You're fighting.
Actually, any kind of combat is free.
Yeah. We meant that you don't need to activate
No.
the unit for combat. You know, so all the units that in the combat phase are attached must fight. Okay.
Okay.
The ones that belong to the player who's active. Round is okay.
Combat is automatic and mandatory.
And mandatory. Yes. Mandatory. Okay, so you're
Not like commands and colors
No,
another
commands
time
and colors.
where you can have units sitting yelling at each other but doing
No.
anything.
No.
Not doing anything.
No.
All right.
No. The only thing that can happen when, for example, you have, in this case, you have the poles, the sharpened poles.
Yeah.
Because in this case, the any kind of cavalry won't be able to go through the sharpened
This
poles.
prevents this barricade prevents close combat.
The attack from
Okay.
I mean, the charges. From
This is a terrain effect.
Yeah. Okay, so the English
All
round,
right.
the second round is finished, and now
Second French round.
exactly, or third round as you prefer.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the second round for the French player. I have to play my last card, which is
All right.
this one, Ignite Arrows. I will use it as an activation card, not as an
So
event.
the 3 points.
Yes, I got 3 points, activation points
Okay.
at my disposal, and I choose to activate this Feudal Knights unit, and they move 2 X's. So I do this.
Oh,
One.
nice. They're trying to surround the enemy.
Exactly. 1, 2. Okay.
Okay.
And at this point, I declare an assault.
Good.
Now, what is an assault? Basically, you have 2 ways of fighting in the game. One is melee, which takes place in the combat phase. We talked about that earlier.
A bit closer.
When you're adjacent to an enemy and it's your round, you must fight them. Basically you must fight them. The second way to do that is assaulting. Assault is a bit different from the regular combat, from the regular melee, because it takes place during the activation phase, during the movement phase. When units move, whenever they get in touch, they go adjacent to an enemy unit, they may, it's not compulsory, they may assault them.
Okay.
Why should they assault them? Because first of all, because you have to resolve the assault right away. You have to wait for all the other units to move.
It is
first.
immediate.
Immediate. Secondly, because it gives you a bonus in combat. You have an extra die roll. Plus, you basically you roll the dice first before your opponent. Okay, because in the
You have the
game,
initiative.
exactly in the game, when you fight against an enemy, basically the unit that has the higher morale value, you can tell the morale value by
Let me
this
see.
golden
Okay, these golden
balls,
spheres.
dots, or whatever
Yeah.
you want to call them.
You
Okay.
see.
So 3 means it's a very high morale value.
Well,
okay?
long bows in
Long
this
bows.
case have 2.
Okay, so if it were a regular melee, the knights would anyway roll first.
Okay.
Because they have 3 balls.
Okay.
And have 2 balls. Okay. If they have the same morale level, it's simultaneous.
Okay.
So they roll dice
The
simultaneously.
effects are applied simultaneously.
Exactly. So in this case, it's an assault. So they roll first anyway.
Okay.
Even if the morale value would be
Higher.
no,
It will be the
lower,
same.
lower,
Yeah, lower.
the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So in this case, we have 2 dice for the 2 blue cubes. The grey one doesn't count.
Okay, we said
And we have to. Okay, we have to roll 3, which is the attack value here.
Okay.
Okay. 3 or more. Okay. The other value on the right of the attack value is the defense value. So that's the one that the unit would use if it was defending, not attacking.
Okay.
Okay.
One is for attackers, the other is for the
For
defense.
the defense, yeah, okay. So I'll have to roll 2 dice for the blue cubes plus 1 extra die for the assault. That's
Okay.
the bonus of the assault, okay?
So 3 dice.
3 dice in total. Okay. See what happens. Ooh.
Wow! You never do rolls like that in a real play. Never, never, never.
So 6 and 1 3. So this one
Yeah.
counts because it's 3. It's the minimum. Yes.
Okay.
So it's 3 hits basically. Okay.
Okay.
So 3 hits against this one, which means that 1 red cube
It's
goes
gone,
away
and the other.
becomes gray.
Great. Okay.
Okay. Yellow becomes gray.
No,
Get
4.
get another one.
1 is gone. Okay, right. It had 5 cubes. Now
Okay.
3 and out.
Okay. At this point, the archers respond.
Respond. Yeah.
Okay? They respond and they roll 3 cubes. I mean,
Three
sorry, 3
dice.
dice for the 3 red
Well,
cubes.
dice are cubes.
And they defend with the defense
Okay.
value, which is
5.
5. So they're
You-
not very strong.
Okay.
So they must roll 5 or 6 to hit.
5 or 6s.
Let's see if I get a magic hand, just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Paolo's
yeah.
one.
No, one.
Okay,
Quite
just
good.
Enough
a
to
5, so 1 hit.
yeah,
Okay.
enough to remove the grey cube.
Yeah.
Exactly, because this is
You know, the cube on
gray,
the
sorry, yes.
on the
Gray
flesh.
cubes, gray cubes,
This French man here trying to cheat me every time.
gray tubes,
Not real gentlemen.
gray tubes
Okay.
go away first, okay?
Nice.
Okay, so this is my assault. I've
Okay.
moved and I've assaulted with this unit, so
Yeah.
this one won't be able to do anything else for the rest of the round.
Okay.
It means that in a combat phase, even though it's adjacent to an enemy, it won't fight.
Okay.
Okay, it won't. It's not involved in melee.
It has
Okay.
been
It's
activated.
been activated. It's done.
It's done.
assault and okay. Second activation. This feudal knight unit
Okay.
with Alençon. So this one goes closer.
All right. Here we go. The second wave.
Okay.
Here comes the second wave.
So second activation. Third and last activation. I would activate. I would say this one. Feudal knights, and they go
All right.
forward. 2 axes forward.
All right.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the English say the French are coming. The French are coming.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's it.
Okay.
The movement is finished. At this point, I have to check and see whether I have any archers that might shoot, but my archers are
They are
very
far away.
Very far away. So it's a combat phase, so I have to make sure that I don't have any blue units, French units attached to enemy units that are not archers or crossbows.
Okay.
In this case, I have some, but they're all archers. So it doesn't count.
And there are palisades
And
between them.
Plasters.
So no
close.
no other close combat.
Yeah, no close combat.
Okay.
So again, it's the English round.
Yeah, finally. I got this shield wall I will use again for the activation points. Here are 3 activation points. I got.
Oh, I will make it.
I have a strategy in mind.
Okay. Here we
However,
go.
I want to ask Paolo one thing. I can see here I got 1 archer unit here that could actually fire against this one.
Yeah.
And then I could proceed with this other one. Is it possible? Can I do it?
No, because you can only shoot during the combat phase,
So-
not during the activation phase.
So I have to move first.
First,
Yeah.
and then shoot with the archers. Yes.
Okay.
This is the
Your archers.
this is the importance of the assault, which happens
Yeah.
during the movement
Yeah,
phase.
because
Actually,
you can exploit
yeah,
the results of the
it
assault.
is another time sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with 1 point I will activate the general
leader,
here. Yeah,
Bedford.
Bedford.
who will activate all the surrounding forces here. So I'm really not fond of that, you know,
Maneuver.
yeah, really.
Of course,
So
that's
I assault you here.
Let's get a closer look.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is another assault.
Ah,
This
right.
time by the English player.
Yes,
Mhm.
and
A counterattack.
yeah, I would use the general as well. I
Mhm.
could
Yeah.
keep the general here
Mhm.
and just move the units. However, since the general is attached to the units, I will benefit with
Mhm.
one
Because
dice.
the
There is a special combat bonus
Exactly.
for the
Yes,
leader.
die.
Leaders
Yeah.
will be also a special combat bonus.
However, it's pretty dangerous. Maybe not in this case, but it's pretty dangerous because anytime the defender or the opponent
have a leader. There's
yes.
a leader involved in any kind of combat.
Yeah, and the defender in this case rolls double 6.
Oh.
My leader dies.
The leader is gone. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I remember that. I wish to remember that the death of both leaders is one of the winning conditions.
Oh.
Yeah.
But however, I hope that French knights are tired and whatever.
However,
so-
as the Middle Ages commanders lead from the front.
Yeah,
Come on, let's get.
So I got 4 cubes,
Okay.
one more die for
For the
the leader, and
Yeah.
one more for the sword.
For the
So
sword.
Okay.
it's, piles up to 6 die. And I have to roll.
You have to roll.
4, I
Four.
think. 4.
Yeah. Again, even if the leader is attached to the unit,
Yeah.
we make reference to the unit itself.
Okay.
for combat
The
die.
unit
Yeah.
stamp.
Yeah.
Good.
What
Wow.
was 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 4 hits.
Nice one.
3
3
hits.
hits. Okay.
3 hits. Not
So,
bad.
3 hits because you scored
Wow.
4s and 1 6.
Bye
So
bye, Frenchies.
The feudal,
So
the feudal knights are actually out of
feudal
combat.
knights
Hors de
are
combat.
They are dead.
No, they're
No,
not dead.
not. They have 1 great
Ah,
cube.
okay,
They
sorry,
are
sorry,
still
sorry.
alive. They can.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
They can nicely
Yes.
surrender or get out of there if they want to
Well,
leave.
at this point, they are forced to.
At this point, since they
Okay,
only
okay.
have 1 grey cube,
Yeah.
they are forced to route. Basically,
Yeah.
they're routing. Routing means that the unit is the men that the survived panic, so they
Mhm.
start running for their life, and they're going towards their faction
Let's see. Oh,
map border, map edge, which would be in this case this one. Okay. This is the
Okay.
French map edge. In each scenario.
Okay, there is a map
Yes,
side.
yes, it tells you,
Yeah.
the map edge of each faction.
Okay.
However, these poor devils, in my opinion, are trying to save their life through
Exactly.
the English lines.
Because they have to find the shortest path
Sure.
Okay.
towards the map edge. In this
Okay.
case, they would go through the archers.
Yeah.
So-
Through the cutthroats.
So
Oh my.
Yeah.
they die.
And they are slaughtered by.
Okay.
Very typical of the battles of the period.
Okay.
Very typical.
And this was just my first move.
Oh.
Oh my, oh my.
So the second one will be always from the previous
Okay.
activation of the general that was here. I move the addition here. I
Alright, let's see
just,
the redeployment of the
So
English
you still
line.
have a third activation.
Yes, the second actually.
The second activation. Yeah,
And again,
general.
I got here. I try and assault here. Again with the leader. This time I will not risk the leader actually because it's a little bit dangerous.
No problem.
Here we go, another assault.
Yeah, actually he could try to.
In this case, I could try to escape
Mhm.
using evasion, because in the game you can, if a unit, a cavalry unit or an archer, crossbow, longbow unit is assaulted, they might want to evade, to escape. Okay?
Yeah.
So evasion is different from rout because it's a controlled involuntary retreat.
Mhm.
So the unit, if it wants to retreat, applies automatically right away 1 hit
Okay.
damage.
So it suffers 1 hit,
Suffers
one
one
cohesion hit.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Actually, it suffers 1 hit per enemy units adjacent. Okay.
Okay.
In this case, this one doesn't count because it's archers. Remember, archers.
Archers do not count
They don't
on.
have. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't engage enemy units. Okay. But we have this one. Okay. So it's one hit. If this one was, for example, an infantry,
Yeah.
normal infantry unit,
This
there
is
were no.
good order infantry, good order close combat infantry. This is just archers,
Yeah,
so they are
just
not
archers.
trained to,
No.
to attack.
No. So yes, I apply the one hit.
Okay.
And I retreat. I can retreat up to the maximum of movement points that my units,
Yeah.
in this case cavalry, can move. So I could go 3 axes backwards,
Two
like
axes.
here, for example. Okay,
Two.
two axes,
axes,
yeah. Here, for example, or two axes here, or 2 axes here. I can choose, no problem,
You can have 8.
because it's not a route. Right?
Yeah.
So I decide to go here.
Okay.
When you go here,
I might,
And
yes,
prepare
I
another-
might, just because it's control. It's not something.
It is a controlled disengagement.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. The leader is perfectly in control of the units, and there's
You
no
take
panic.
the first hit, but after that you
Yeah.
can go
Exactly.
anywhere you like.
So I choose to go
Okay.
here.
and
Okay.
this is really important because next turn he will be able to make double assault on my units.
Okay.
Okay.
So it just got back to charge distance.
Mhm.
They're preparing another charge.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for
Yeah.
this reason,
The only thing is that not being any more attached with the archers, these archers
Now
be
can-
able to shoot.
Can shoot.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is very important, especially in these kind of scenarios where you have longbows that
Mm.
can be very lethal. One way to
So the archers can shoot at the approach,
Exactly.
the French
a
approach.
way to avoid archers from shooting at you is going next to them. I mean,
Adjacent.
at-
Good.
adjacent to them,
Good.
so they don't shoot anymore.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I was thinking to fill the gap here, but since probably you're going to assault me anyway, I want to leave them escape route of some sort.
Mhm.
So I'm just moving this one here,
Okay.
and this is my turn.
Okay.
So that's it. That is a couple of turns. We have seen the
Yeah.
main
Yeah.
mechanics.
So this is
of
one
the-
turn. Okay.
Yeah,
One
this is
turn.
just one turn. It's 2
At this
rounds
point-
each.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be just a matter of me shooting with my archers and as slaughter.
Yeah.
All the-
At this point,
Okay.
since the turn is over,
Yeah.
all the units that are routing. In this case, we
Mhm.
don't have any. But if there were any routing units, they would have to keep going towards the map edge.
The map
okay?
edge and
Uh,
get away.
and go away.
Okay.
When they exit the map edge, they're eliminated for.
They're gone.
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
That's
Okay.
it. That was Dark Ages Britannia France. This is a typical scenario, one of the first scenarios. There are many more scenarios, even more complicated
Yes,
scenarios
quite
with more
small.
terrain and more victory conditions. There are special events
Sure.
in the decks I've seen. So some of the scenarios have special cards in the
one,
decks.
one thing we might
Yeah.
spend some time speaking about is victory conditions, because there's many ways
Mhm.
players can win. As Carlo was telling you, one of the ways is killing all the leaders of the other
Okay.
faction, and it can happen. The other thing is that basically in each game, the B player, which would be the defender,
Yeah.
is basically he wins if by the end of the game
Okay.
the attacker hasn't achieved its victory conditions.
Okay.
So the attacker needs to have as much time as possible to achieve the victory conditions, while the defender, it's his interest to shorten the game as much
So
as he can.
the attacker is very pressed to get a victory.
Exactly.
Yeah. There is a time pressure.
Exactly.
Another difference from Command and Colors.
Yes,
that have
another
basically no time pressure
No,
at all.
no.
You can cycle through the
No,
decks.
because you don't have a time scale.
Yeah.
Here as well, you don't have a time scale, which is good actually.
You have 2 reshuffles of the deck, more or less, 1.5 in some
Yeah.
cases.
Yeah, but in this case, you also have something interesting, especially compared to Commands and Colors, which is the historical event cards. Let me see. If I
Yeah,
can
and
grab
see,
one.
yeah, I was speaking about them. There are
Yeah.
some.
Historical.
Yeah,
Event.
let me see.
This is a special kind of event. You have 3 historical event cards
Okay.
in each deck, and when you get one of these cards, you can choose whether to play them or not.
Mhm.
So if the event is against you, you will try to
The
postpone
events,
it.
the events are defined by the scenario. The
Yeah,
scenario defines
yeah,
events.
yeah.
Okay, the
Some
scenario
events,
rules.
some events might be, for example, you get some reinforcements.
Mhm.
In some cases, it's historical facts that really happened. For example,
Reserves are activated.
Hastings. One
yeah.
of the events is that Harold dies because
Oh,
of the
okay.
arrow. Stirling Bridge is the bridge collapsing. This is also very important. The way you play historical events is very important. Remember, you only have 3 cards, so keeping a card in your hand for more than 1 turn might be very limited.
Very bad.
Okay?
So you can
So you have to
postpone a
but
bit
not
the
too
event,
much.
but not
Otherwise-
forever.
No, because you won't be able to do that much.
Yeah.
Okay?
Sooner
Only 2
or
cards.
later, the event happens.
You have to play it. You have to play it. And when you play it, you basically do what the scenario tells you to do. Because in the scenario, it tells you what the historical event is
Okay.
and how to play it. And when if the game is not over, the game is over when you played all the cards in the deck.
Okay.
If you still have cards in the deck, but you play the 3rd and last event,
Yeah.
in that case, if the player A, which is the attacker, let's say, plays it, in that case you have to take all the cards that you played so far up to the last historical event card you played,
Okay.
reshuffle them,
Yeah.
and you keep playing. Okay.
Okay. So you have a bit more time.
Yes, because you had cards to your deck.
Another
Right?
shuffle.
If it's the B player, which is the defender, in that case instead, you basically play another round, and that's it.
Oh.
So it's a way to shorten the scenario.
And the scenario is over.
Which is good for the defender, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
All
it's
right.
a very important thing.
Right. I think we have covered all the rules.
The basics.
The basics, the basic mechanics. So I can, Carlo, if you have something to say to end the video.
Well, we just watched a scenario here that's pretty much static, actually. There are many more that are really, really challenging for both. They're quite historical, so this means many, many times you will find yourself saying, this scenario is imbalanced, this scenario is unplayable. Actually, the game is playable because we balanced it, even if it's historical, and historical events are really powerful tools, especially for the defender, to shorten the match itself.
Yeah.
And this is really great because you can really plan a strategy, even if you're really in a bad position or pretty much beaten up. You can really push your opponent to, for example, push their luck and use their generals, and you can kill them in just few.
You always
rolls.
have the opportunity to get
Absolutely,
the match on the other way. Okay,
Yes,
all right. Very well, very well. This was Dark Ages 2nd edition, and that's it. We just want to say goodbye to you and have a nice play. Ciao!
Thank you.
Thank you.